Have you ever opened your mailbox, heart pounding, only to find that dreaded brown envelope from the Social Security office? Maybe your stomach flipped as you tore it open, eyes racing down the page, hoping, praying for good news, only to see in cold, bold letters, "Claim denied." If you're a parent or a person with a disability waiting on disabled adult child benefits, that one word, denied, can feel like a punch in the gut. But here's the part that hurts most. So many families get denied, not because their loved ones don't qualify, but because of simple, avoidable mistakes that end up costing them thousands of dollars and months or even years of precious time they can't get back. If this has happened to you, I want you to know you're not alone. And in today's video, we're going to uncover the shocking errors that stop families from getting the benefits they're owed, how you can spot them, fix them, and prevent a denial that could keep you or your child from the help you truly deserve. Stick with me, because this information could make the difference between denial and approval. You owe it to yourself and your family to get this right. Let's start at the beginning. Disabled Adult Child Benefits, often called DAC, or Child's Benefits, are part of the Social Security program. But don't let the word child confuse you. These aren't for little kids, they're for adults, age 18 or older, who became disabled before age 22. Essentially, if you're an adult with a disability that began before you turned 22, you may qualify for monthly payments from Social Security. What's unique about DAC benefits is that they're tied not to your own work history, but to your parent's Social Security record. That means if your parent is retired, receiving disability themselves, or has passed away, you can get benefits based on the taxes they paid in over their working life. Here's why this matters. For many people, especially those who weren't able to build up a work record themselves, DAC benefits can provide hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month. These benefits can help cover medications, therapies, housing, food, really, the basics of life. But Social Security doesn't just hand these benefits out. The process can feel confusing, overwhelming, and yes, even intimidating, especially if you're already dealing with a disability or helping a loved one who is. So why do so many DAC claims get denied? The answer usually isn't about eligibility. It's about mistakes, errors in paperwork, missing documentation, wrong timing, or easily overlooked rules. You may be thinking, I followed the rules. How could I get it wrong? The truth is, even smart, careful people get tripped up by the system. Let's break down the most common mistakes I see in plain language, so you can steer clear. Mistake number 1, not proving disability before age 22. Social Security is very strict about this. To qualify for DAC, your documented disability must have started before you turned 22, even if you don't apply until you're 30, 40, or even older. Too many families wait to file, then scramble to find old records, and get denied simply because they can't prove when the disability started. Mistake number 2, weak or missing medical evidence. Social Security needs recent clear documentation that explains your condition and how it limits your ability to work. If you send vague notes, skip specialists, or forget to submit key documents, your application may go right into the denied pile, no matter how genuine your need. Mistake number 3, working above the allowed limit. Some people think, if I just make a little money on the side, it won't matter. It does matter. If you earn more than the monthly limit, $1,470 per month in 2024, they may decide you're not disabled by their definition. Even volunteering too much time can be flagged. Mistake number 4, issues with your parent's work record. DAC payments come from your parent's Social Security. If your parent hasn't worked enough or isn't retired, disabled, or deceased yet, you can be denied, even if everything else is perfect. Mistake number 5, application errors or missed deadlines. Social Security forms can feel like a maze. One wrong answer, unchecked box, or missed appointment can lead to denial. Sometimes families don't even realize a mistake was made until it's too late. These mistakes are common, but they are absolutely fixable. Let me share a story. Names changed, details adjusted, but the heart of it is all too real. Meet Janet. She's a single mom from Ohio, working 2 jobs to care for her son, Chris. Chris was a bright, funny kid who started falling behind in school around 4th grade. By high school, his challenges were clear. He was diagnosed with a developmental disability and later with bipolar disorder. Chris struggled to hold down part-time jobs after graduation. He wanted to work but just couldn't keep up. At 26, Janet heard about DAC benefits from a friend at church. It sounded like a miracle. They could finally afford some support for Chris. Maybe even help him get his own place. They gathered up paperwork and filled out the forms online. They waited. After 3 anxious months, the letter arrived. Denied. Janet was devastated. She felt like she'd failed her son. The letter said Chris's disability wasn't established before age 22, and that there wasn't sufficient evidence of inability to engage in substantial gainful activity. What went wrong? Janet had Chris's latest diagnosis, but couldn't find old-school records or doctor's notes from when he was a teen. She'd also accidentally listed his recent gig as a cashier, not realizing it put him just over that month's earnings limit. And after changing jobs a few times, they'd missed a request for updated paperwork, so the application sat incomplete. It felt hopeless. But Janet refused to give up. She got help from a local disability advocacy group, tracked down old-school files, and asked Chris's teachers and therapists to write letters explaining his struggles way back in high school. They appealed, resubmitted all the evidence, and guess what? Chris was finally approved. It took almost a year, but he got back pay, and most importantly, newfound independence. Janet cried when the decision letter came. Her mistake cost time, some money, and so much stress, but her determination paid off. Thousands of families make these same mistakes every year. But you can avoid them, or fix them, if it's not too late. Let's go through each pitfall one by one with simple practical steps. Mistake number 1. Not proving disability before age 22. How to avoid it? Start by gathering every piece of paper you can from before the 22nd birthday. Think medical records, hospital stays, special education files, individual education plans, IEPs, psychological evaluations, old prescriptions, even notes from school counselors. Check storage boxes, old computer files, and contact your child's high school or district records office. Most schools keep records for many years. Don't be afraid to ask. If you can't find formal paperwork, ask former teachers, doctors, or therapists to write a short statement about what was going on in those years. Dates and details matter. Create a timeline. List school years, key doctor visits, diagnoses, hospital stays, and therapies the person received before age 22. This helps Social Security see the big picture. What if you don't have exact paperwork? Submit what you do have. Every piece counts. Many people succeed by painting a picture using letters and available records. Social Security can use secondary evidence if primary records are missing, especially for older cases. Mistake number 2, weak or missing medical evidence. How to avoid it? Make a complete list of every medical provider, doctors, counselors, therapists, hospitals the person has seen, even if you think they don't have the records anymore. Request full medical records, not just visit summaries. Politely ask each provider's office for complete records for Social Security disability determination purposes. Explain if you need old files from childhood. Ask for a letter from your current doctor describing in plain language how the disability affects the ability to work and handle daily life. The letter should address symptoms, history, and especially abilities before age 22. Double-check your records. Do they describe how the disability limits basic work? Social Security wants to see how the condition prevents full-time work, not just that a diagnosis exists. Keep everything organized. Label files by date and provider. If possible, submit them digitally to save time. If the person hasn't seen a doctor in years, make an appointment before you apply so there is recent documentation. Mistake number 3, working above the allowed limit. How to avoid it? Know the limit. In 2024, earning more than $1,470 a month before taxes is usually considered substantial gainful activity. If you make more than that, SSA will likely deny your claim. If you're close to the limit, talk to a benefits counselor. They'll help you figure out what counts as earnings, since some expenses, like support for disability needs, can sometimes be subtracted from gross income. Document every job and paycheck. If you have more than one job, add them together. Don't guess. If you do go over the earnings limit by mistake, write a letter explaining why and how it relates to your disability. Sometimes SSA is flexible, especially if you made an honest mistake or if over-earning was temporary or required extra help. Mistake number 4, parents' work record issues. How to avoid it? Double-check that your parent is currently retired and collecting Social Security, is disabled themselves and collecting, or has passed away. If not, you might not be eligible yet. If your parent didn't work enough years to qualify for their own Social Security retirement or disability themselves, DAC may not be available. You can call Social Security directly or make an appointment at your local office to confirm your parent's current benefit status and work credits. Important: if your parent was divorced, remarried, or worked for the government instead of private industry, ask how these factors affect the claim. Sometimes benefits are available even if the worker is a step-parent or former spouse. Mistake number 5. Application errors or missed deadlines. How to avoid it? Move slowly. Read every form twice before hitting submit or mailing it in. Don't rush, even if you feel nervous or overwhelmed. Don't leave any questions blank. If you don't know the answer, write unknown or call SSA for clarification. Keep a notebook of every phone call, letter, or online message. Write down who you talked to, what was said, and what you need to do next. Set calendar reminders for every deadline, especially for appeal periods. If SSA asks for more info, respond immediately, even if it's just to ask for more time. If you get denied, ask for a reconsideration right away, usually within 60 days. Many denials get overturned on appeal, especially when the right documents are sent in. I know this topic can feel overwhelming, so let's answer a few questions I get all the time. Question: can my adult child get DAC and SSI at the same time? Answer: sometimes. SSI is based on financial need, while DAC is tied to a parent's Social Security record. Many people start with SSI, then switch to or add DAC when their parent retires. Question: what if my parent passes away after I get approved? Answer: you can keep your DAC benefit, and sometimes it might even increase to a survivor benefit. Question: do stepchildren or adoptees qualify? Answer: in many cases, yes, as long as certain legal conditions are met. Check with SSA for your specific family situation. Question: what if we're denied and can't find all the old paperwork? Answer: never give up. Submit statements from teachers, pastors, family friends, anybody who can describe the early disability. Appeals judges are allowed to consider this evidence. Getting DAC benefits isn't just about paperwork. It's about people. If you feel stuck, reach out for help. There are organizations across the country, like the National Disability Rights Network and local legal aid societies, ready to guide you. Many services are free for low-income families or people with disabilities. Join online communities, like Facebook groups or Reddit forums for disability benefits. Share your journey. Someone else may have already fought the battle you're in right now and have great advice. SSA's official website is packed with info, but I'll also link to guides and phone numbers you can call in the video description. I know this process can be exhausting and discouraging, but one mistake, or even several, doesn't mean you have to give up. The rules are tough, but navigable, and you deserve every opportunity to get the benefits you earn for yourself or your loved one. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel so you never miss out on tips that could mean the difference between denial and approval. Share this video with someone who's fighting for their benefits. It may be the lifeline they need right now. Check the resources linked below for the most up-to-date forms and guides directly from the Social Security Administration. Let's stand together for fairness, dignity, and the peace of mind every American family deserves. I'm here for you, cheering you on. Overcoming a denial is possible. Don't let a small mistake cost you everything. Thanks for watching, and take care.